O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. For if thou think'st I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear, which tips of silver all these mighty hearts.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love be likewise very moon.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
Oh, blessed night.
Oh, today on Keats Theater,
All this is but a dream.
the voice
Too flattering
that ruined the career of silent screen star John Gilbert.
By and by I come. Oh.
The life of John Gilbert ended tragically on January 9th, 1936, at the young age of 38. Gilbert's final performance involved no acting at all. It was that of a dying man clutching at his heart, writhing in pain, and falling to the floor for his last gasps of air. What must those last moments have been like for someone who had been at the top of the world, only to become one of the casualties of that nemesis feared most by silent actors, the dreaded microphone. John Gilbert's complete biography can be found on Wikipedia, an excellent source of information, informative as well as convenient. Wikipedia always has the most up-to-date information on a variety of subjects. I wouldn't be without it when researching the old Hollywood stars. John Gilbert was a longtime friend of comedian Marion Davies, who is probably best remembered as the love interest of newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst. In Marion Davies' posthumous memoir, The Times We Had, she spoke of John Gilbert's feelings for Lillian Gish, with whom he'd been paired for the 1926 MGM film La Bohème. Davies said, "Jack Gilbert would stay downstairs with a bunch of violets in his hand. He might as well have waited for the sun to come out at night, because she was dodging him. They were making La Bohème, and he was madly in love with her. Jack Gilbert was the sort of person who took the movies seriously. When he played in a love scene with somebody, he fell in love with her. So he'd be down there, standing with a bunch of violets, waiting for Lillian. But she was only there for the one picture. She only did that one picture, and she paid no attention to Jack Gilbert with his violets. None whatsoever." Later in the Davies memoir, she refers to Greta Garbo, who co-starred with John Gilbert in several films, notably 1926's Flesh and the Devil, where the two created an on-screen sensation. Davies wrote, "I felt awfully sorry for Jack Gilbert. He was in love with Greta Garbo, and she would have no part of him at all. That was why he was blue. He was very much the artist type, with flashing black eyes and nervous, emotional moods. Those writers didn't understand it. They were just watching and pushing him. And imagine the emotions going on inside him. Well, those emotions must have eventually overwhelmed him, for gossip columnist Luella Parsons wrote in her 1944 memoir, The Gay Illiterate, that John Gilbert landed in jail on a charge of disturbing the peace after Greta Garbo got as far as the courthouse and then refused to marry him. Parsons reported exactly how Gilbert's career was ruined by Sound Pictures when she said, John Gilbert and Greta Garbo, in such silent pictures as Flesh and the Devil, had become the great lovers of the movies. In one fell swoop, to be exact, a dreadful movie called His Glorious Night, Jack was ruined. It has been said, and is now accepted almost as legend, that the great Gilbert had a falsetto voice that ill became his manly physique, and that audiences tittered when he spoke. Luella Parsons went on to say, while Jack's voice wasn't so deep as the ocean, it was a thoroughly normal speaking voice, but in those days there was little mixing or regulation of sound. If the microphone was pitched along the leading lady's favorite key, the hero sounded way up there with her too. Thanks for watching Keats Theater. Like and subscribe.